Thanks for joining me. So the video we're looking at today is from the channel Swedwoods. I'm going to go out on a limb there and say that might be from Sweden. The video we're looking at is called Solo Bushcraft Trip, Tarp Shelter Hot Tent. Sounds nice and relaxing. Let's get into this one. Nice big rock. I don't know if he needed to show those last couple of pieces getting taken off. He was out of shot and we'd already established what he was doing. I think it didn't need to be there, but that's just me being really picky. First thing in the morning, haven't had my coffee, so. A little bit of information there on the screen about what he's using, and it makes sense. If you're just building a temporary shelter and you know you're only going to be there for one night or 2 nights, it makes more sense just to keep it all in one piece. Yeah, if you have the means to dig down, you'll get a lot more fat wood down there, like below the ground level, from my experience anyway. Cool little setup. Yep. Big rock there is going to protect you from the wind and rain blowing in from that end. So yeah, you've only got one opening, so if you get the wind direction right, you're going to be looking good. Don't know if we need this. It seemed like a time lapse of a bit of dough in a pan. I don't know if we needed to see it that long. We could have seen him throw it in the pan and then doing something else, then come back to it and it was done. So it looks like hamburgers for dinner. Ooh, deluxe hamburgers. Alright, here's some beef mince and or ground beef, depending on where you're from. We call it mince in Australia, but you know, Americans call it ground beef. Bit of cheese, bit of bacon. Who said you got to rough it when you go out in the bush? Making me hungry. Got everything on this thing. Wow. Imagine it's going to be dripping stuff everywhere where you're going to be sleeping in there. If you're in Australia, you'd have ants coming in everywhere. So yeah, I try not to eat right where I'm sleeping just because of the ant factor. I'm liking with this video, like, it's pretty laid back, and the title didn't say anything about going out on the lake in a canoe and fishing and things like that. So it's an added bonus. Like you've been told, okay, you're gonna be seeing this, and then you're watching it and you go, oh, now we're out on a boat and we're fishing, and all right, that's a little added thing we weren't anticipating seeing. I'd say some of the pacing for me, I'd say it's a little bit long, some of the pieces, but all in all, I'm liking this video so far. The variety, it's like setting up a shelter, cooking your food, fishing, nice and laid back and relaxed. It's cool. Yeah, like some scenes like this were they're a little bit too long, but I like that he showed the sun low, so it established that it was getting late in the afternoon. Now he's back to camp and it's, yeah, we're into last light. But again, this bit's just a little bit too long for me. So we established that it's night, fire's going, lantern's going, look good. But does he have 2 lanterns? Because, you know, we see the one shot, the establishing shot of the lantern outside, then we cut to a shot of the lantern inside, now we cut to a shot of the lantern outside again. Just the continuity, the fact that it's inside or it's outside, you know, you got to think about that. He could have shown the lantern on the outside and then bring it in, covering the doorway, and then showing the lantern hanging up on the inside by the rock, then cutting to this cooking scene. I think that would have flown better instead of jumping from one, then it's inside, then it's back outside. So yeah, he certainly doesn't go hungry. Yeah, decent meals. Yeah, and I just find some of the cuts, they just go a bit long, like he takes the pan off and then we're just looking at the top of the fireplace for a bit too long. Like this, it's dark, you can't see anything. Alright, we established it's pretty dark. We didn't need to linger that long on it. I mean, this is being really, really picky. Oh, a drone shot, okay. I think that would have been good, that drone shots would have been good earlier on to establish when he first went out in the canoe how vast the area was. But I still like the fact that he put it in there just to show that vastness, because otherwise you have no idea how big that lake is that he's on. But now we know, it's pretty decent. It's a decent area. And you can build a pretty awesome shelter in there, like a long-term shelter. Be a great spot. Utilise those rocks and second campsite. Not a bad spot. Be nice if all those clouds burn off and you get a nice sunrise there, or sunset. Everyone's got their own opinions, but for me that whole sequence there with the fire, getting it lit, just went on a little bit too long. A little bit brighter this morning. I watched another video a little while ago, and in that video the guy got out a pair of binoculars just randomly for no real reason. Showed him setting them up and looking through them, but didn't show anything like this, a bit of B-roll of the birds, which I said at the time on that video that, yeah, it would have been a lot better if he had some B-roll shots of animals and birds and stuff in the trees. Yeah, just some of these shots are just a little bit too long. Like this, it's just like a random, what was the point of that? Just a cool drone shot, and he said, oh, I'm going to use that. It didn't really, to me, it didn't really have a point to being there. Like this scene, it just goes on for too long. And that's it. So what do I think of that video? First up, it was relaxing, well shot, great location, and great adventure. He did break it up a bit with the cooking and setting up different camps and showing a few different skills there as well, and yeah, so I like that. All in all, it was decent. It's just some of those B-roll shots seem to drag out for a bit too long. I would have liked to have seen them shortened up, and some of them left out completely. I didn't think they added anything to it, but decent video. I'll drop a link to that video in this video description so you can go check it out. Till next time, thanks for watching. Catches.